West Allegheny High School, the site of this Pittsburgh Passion showdown with the Boston Renegades, coming up next on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network. Hi, friends. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Joined alongside the former Passion star Jen Cairns, Matt Fargo with you. So happy you made us a part of your night as the Passion gear up to take on the defending champions, the Boston Renegades. Jen, two teams that have a ton of history in terms of winning championships, and it's the Boston Renegades that have the most recent history as they've won the last 4 titles.
Yeah, they're definitely a formidable opponent coming into tonight there, Matt. But the Pittsburgh Passion have had their number before, and they can have their number again. And they have watched hours of film. They've gone back to the drawing board, and they're ready to find that end zone. There's
no question about it. You mentioned about having their number before. The Passion going back to the 2017 season, the last time the Boston Renegades lost. They lost to 2 teams that year, the DC Divas and the Pittsburgh Passion here at home. We'd love to repeat history the way things turned out that last time.
Absolutely. I mean, the Pittsburgh Passion are one of those storied franchises in this league, and they would like nothing more than to end their home season with a win against the reigning national champions.
You take a look at the Pittsburgh Passion's road to this final game of the regular season. Started off hot with 2 wins against DC and Tampa Bay, and then a loss to the Boston Renegades in Boston before bouncing back with a win at Detroit, and then last week's loss 44-16 to the DC Divas. Now, the way things are looking, now you take a look at where Boston comes into. They're undefeated, trying to go for another championship. They're riding, Jen, a 35-game win streak going back to that 2017 season I mentioned.
Yeah, and if you remember last week, you talked about one of my most favorite memories against the DC Divas, and that was ruining their home winning streak. That this could be my favorite Boston Renegade memory, watching us ruin that 35-game winning streak. Impressive, but hopefully goes down tonight.
It would be nice to see it go down tonight, but the Renegades have been impressive all season long. You see what they did last week against Tampa Bay, 69-0. That will lead us into the WFA standings and way things are. And these are the standings, but they're also the rankings in terms of the Massey rankings, which take into consideration not just your record, but your strength of schedule, whether you win games at home or on the road. Boston right now in the 1 spot, but you may be questioning, why is Pittsburgh still number 2? It's the strength of their schedule, given DC now nipping at the heels in that 4 spot. The top 4 teams go into the postseason. So you see there, Boston pretty much in control of their own destiny, but really Pittsburgh obviously wants to get a win, but it also is important for them to keep this game close, because that's going to be able to keep them away from dropping to 3 and potentially dropping to 4 and having to play Boston in the postseason in a couple weeks.
Right. I mean, it's not ideal for us to meet Boston as the first round of the playoffs, but the Pittsburgh Passion have gone back to the drawing board for this one. Yes, they were playing with star players injured, and they've continued the rest of the season with that, but looking at what was clicking for them last week against the DC Divas and what wasn't, they've made necessary adjustments.
I think also what is the advantage to all of this is the fact that the Passion get to get right back at it and not have a week break. The way that this schedule was played out this year, you've had the bye week kind of interrupt some mojo. Maybe the fact that you're getting right back to it going to help the Passion tonight.
That's the hope. Those bye weeks can also help injuries heal, but they also bring a lethargy with them and make it hard to get back onto that momentum.
No question about it. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to one of those Passion stars, Amanda Haig. Stick around. It's the Pittsburgh Passion and the Boston Renegades coming up next on the Passion Football Network.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Welcome back to West Allegheny. It's time now for the Aid Nation player interview. Maximum absorption for super hydration.
Pittsburgh Passion Football continues. Joining me now for our player interview is Amanda Haig of our Pittsburgh Passion. And Amanda making her second stint as a Pittsburgh Passion player. How has stint number 2 been on your return to the Pittsburgh Passion? Have you missed it?
I missed it a lot. I'm very thankful to be here, very thankful for the opportunity and to be able to play and be part of this Passion team, because the time away is a big part of what showed me that it's very special.
Pitt, you're a Pittsburgh person through and through, but now not living in Pittsburgh. Now you're in Minnesota with your own chiropractic business. The commute to get to games and practices, that has to be a challenge. But why is it so important to you to make sure that you're still putting on the black and gold and not playing for another team?
It's a great question. I think the family dynamic that exists on this team and our leadership and coaching, and in particular, we really talk a lot this season about wanting to honor Franco and the type of man and leader that he was, and that doesn't exist on another team. This is the place where I feel it and I want to be part of it, and whatever it takes, we're here.
Was there a little bit of knocking the dust off when you came back? How much of that was that knocking some of that rust off?
Honestly, some moments feel like there's still some rust there. I need a little oil can.
Jen and I were talking last game about you just being that 5-tool player. Wherever you need to be, you're showing up and you're making a play. Do you feel that way, that you can be utilized in so many different ways and aspects, with whether it be offense or defense?
What I feel is that I have a lot of blessings and that I have an opportunity to help out wherever they ask me to, and I want to do that to the best that I can because of the team. And that's something that the core family makes any of us feel like we can do anything. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, and also miss Jen. She was my vet. Definitely appreciate her.
Speaking of vets, you're now one of them.
Yeah.
What is that? How important is it with having some of those vets that were a part of those back-to-back national championship teams still being a part of these teams, and maybe bringing up some of the younger players and teaching them the Pittsburgh Passion way?
I think you said it exactly right. That's the example. We can share that, share the way that we show up and what we expect from each other, and how we want to be there for each other and help each other through the hard times, because that's what will bring us through the end.
All right, putting it between the white lines today, you're playing Boston, the defending champs. There's got to be a little bit more something extra when you play against a defending champion. Do you feel that way?
I think Boston has a particular place for me from many years of experience, and I'm really excited to show up and give them our best.
We're excited to watch it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, Amanda Haig joining us here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network. Stick around.
All right, thanks to Amanda Haig. It's time now for the UPMC Sports Medicine keys to the game. Jen, how do the Pittsburgh Passion get a win tonight?
Well, we talked a lot about the way this battle has gone in the past, and for the Pittsburgh Passion, then, it is that they need to slay this mental dragon. Boston has been on top each battle in recent history, and the Passion have to believe that tonight will be different. They have the talent and the game plan to get it done, and they need to look to what Franco would tell them if he was here. He would tell them, ladies, look to the left, look to the right. Let each of you know that you've got their back regardless of what happens on that field. You've put in the work, trust that, and trust your sisters. For the Boston Renegades, they've got to be disciplined from the first snap. Passion, like DC last week, enter tonight as dogs pinned against a corner. They're going to come out aggressive, and each minor victory in the trenches will only serve to fuel that fire. Boston will have to smack the Passion in the mouth early if they don't want to give this fighting dog a chance.
All right, well, you mentioned Jen Franco and his wife, Dana Harris, on site tonight. Maybe they'll take a page out of his book in the pregame speech. Well, when we come back, we'll flip the coin and we'll put this thing in the air. Passion and Renegades. Stick around right here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network. All right, time now for the Pam Health coin toss. Pam Health is committed to providing patients with the best care and outcomes. They offer both inpatient and outpatient therapy. Find a location near you. Pam Health bringing you the start of this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Pittsburgh Passion Football.
All right, Renegades in Pittsburgh, your Pittsburgh Passion. the regular season finale for both of these teams. We're underway. Pittsburgh muffs the kickoff and getting it on the bounce is Jasmine Jones, or Pearson, Luana Pearson on the far side. Reverses field and is brought down at the 30-yard line as the Pittsburgh Passion offense out to the field. Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh Passion starting lineups. Sissy George in at quarterback, Ariel Smith, her tailback, the wide receivers Meister, Haig, Malarski. Tight end is Payne. Ladies up front, Tunney, Polinick, Roebuck, Cook, and Zubovic. Kim anchoring, longtime veteran of the Pittsburgh Passion. Anchoring the ladies up front as the Passion offense wins the toss. They get the opportunity to start things. I formation for Sissy George. Pitch is to Haig. Haig with a flag down will throw it out here to the near sideline, and some miscommunication. No one really in the vicinity of that pass incomplete, but we will check with our officials on the first flag of the day, on the first play of the day.
Looked like Malarski and Meister were both en route. One was expected to run the out route, didn't make it there. Haig throwing to an empty field.
The penalty is going to be declined. Make it second down and 10. It was an illegal procedure call on the Passion, and Boston said, no, we'll just take the down. Sissy George from the pistol formation. Ariel Smith with those neon yellow cleats identifying her in the backfield, and she'll get the call off the left side. Another flag is down, far side of the field, as Smith picks up 3 on the second down carry. Coming up for Boston to make the stop, Spring Gamble, the linebacker. And it's another illegal procedure call on Pittsburgh. Let's see if Boston approves this one. They will. Not the way the Passion want to start, with 2 pre-snap penalties to start this offensive drive, and now it's second down and 15.
Certainly not mad. I mean, they're facing the number 2 defense in the league. You certainly don't want to keep backing up towards your end zone.
Second down, 15 from the 26-yard line. Shotgun formation. Another call for Ariel Smith, finding a hole and getting traced down from behind the 30-yard line. So picks up the lost yards due to the penalty. Make it a third down and 10 coming up here as Pascal makes the tackle for Boston.
That was Spring Gamble on the defense, bringing down Ariel Smith yet again.
Third and officially 11. George, play action, rolls out, throws, intercepted. Lisa Vincent on the interception. And Boston's going to have great field position getting the football at the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. Vincent just stepped right in front of the Passion receiver and took that one away.
Yeah, it looked like Jana Meister might have been the intended receiver there, having to turn cornerback to prevent a pick 6.
So here comes the Boston Renegade offense, led by quarterback Allison Cahill in her 19th season playing women's pro football, has won 7 national championships. She'll go back to pass and throw it out here to the near side. It's Mata on the reception and getting pulled down from behind by Devin Peace, as we'll take a look at the Passion starting defense. Secondary, it's Jasmine Jones and Rebecca Airgood, Rwanda Pearson, Hampton Peace in the secondary. It's Hannah Damon, Madison Miller, the linebackers. Ladies up front, Erica Moore, Caitlin Niedermeyer, Samantha Roberts, and Hampton, Kendra Hampton as well. Second down and 9. Another carry off the left side for Ruth Mata. Mata will pick her way to the 26-yard line where it will be third down as Hannah Damon comes up to make the tackle for Pittsburgh.
Caitlin Niedermeyer also in on that tackle.
3rd and 6, Cahill from the gun. Passion were not good at stopping third down conversions last week. Would be a great way to start here. Screen pass set up, shrugged off by one as Pascal gets the reception and carries it right to the first down sticks. And we'll move the sticks by a half a football. First down Boston and a third down conversion. Cahill, play action, another throw out into the flat. Boston making something easy right now for Cahill to work with. A lot of easy tosses out into the flat and basically allowing her receivers to make the plays as we have a down Renegade.
Damon, who came over to initiate the collision. Looks like Ellison is the injured Renegade on the field.
Let's take a look at the Road to Canton playoff bracket. Of course, we mentioned that Boston has won the last 4 championships. Of course, 2020 being in between there, but there you see how everything will break down. The playoffs will begin June 24th. Then the semifinals July 8th, and the national championship in Canton, Ohio, July 22nd. And you can watch that game on ESPN2. Live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. High above West Allegheny High School is 78 degrees. Really picture perfect day for football. Humidity's not too bad. We've gotten really fortunate, Jen, with the weather this year.
We've been absolutely blessed. I mean, there's a nice breeze. There's not there haven't been any rainouts. Our Passion fans have been kept quite comfortable.
I feel like we earned it from last year with the lightning delays and the balmy temperatures, high humidity. And it's also good for all of our production crew to have to not deal with the elements.
They're the true warriors out there, for sure.
Second down 6 from the 16. Slant route and great coverage for Pittsburgh. Right in the pocket. That's Rebecca Airgood.
Yeah, I mean, Rebecca Airgood also had position on that ball. Looked like she was breaking on it. They just collided. It was an excellent defense.
Kind of interesting to see Amanda Haig out in that safety position. Something to keep an eye out here on a third down at 6. Handoff off the left side. It's Mata trying to pick her way forward. She's going to be stopped short of the sticks. It will be fourth down. Pittsburgh crashes in. Hannah Damon, among others, on the stop, and it's going to be fourth down for Boston and 1. And the Boston offense will stay out there.
You mentioned Hannah Damon. Samantha Roberts also in on bringing the ball carrier to the ground.
Volkowski is the tailback to the right of Cahill. They motion the tight end, and now it's a misdirection play, and Pittsburgh blows it up in the backfield.
I told you they've been watching lots of film, correcting mistakes, shifting personnel. They were not fooled at all. They snuffed that out, and a turnover on downs against this high-octane offense is huge.
Meister, the first on the scene. Peace was there. The Pittsburgh Passion defense come up with a big-time opportunity. And, Jen, I think it's the first level of slaying that mental dragon you were talking about in the pregame.
Absolutely. I mean, you're utilizing your athletes where they're needed. Meister, Haig, usually names we're calling out on the offensive side of the ball, shifting them to get it done defensively.
1st and 10 for the Passion offense. Second time they'll touch the ball tonight. George from the shotgun. Ariel Smith off the right side. Smith, a seam, and got hit hard. Spring Campbell, who's made a few tackles already tonight, comes up to lay the lick. Not before Smith picks up 3 yards on first down. Second down and 7 upcoming.
Yeah, it looks like Spring Campbell gave her the good old clothesline because you just see her come right off her cleats.
Second and 7 from the 19. Another call for Smith. And another tackle for Gamble. 3 more for Ariel. And I like this approach from the Passion defense. If they're able to pick up 3 yards per carry, kind of weighing out this Boston defense. I think teams get behind so quickly against Boston. Last week, Tampa was down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, so you can't establish a run game. So you need to start early if you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
3rd down 3 from the 23. Big 3rd down here for Pittsburgh. Keep this Boston offense off the field, and in trouble is Smith. And she's bottled up and brought down back at the 21-yard line. She's going to lose 2 yards, and it's going to be 4th down for Pittsburgh. Special teams units trotting out for the Passion.
Loss of 2, 4th down and 5. Passion punt formation.
Jana Meister to punt it away for Pittsburgh.
Back team number 4, Shawnee Dumont.
Dumont back to receive it. This kind of goes off the side of the foot. Try to pick it up off the bounce does Dumont, and she'll carry forward. Similar good field position for the Renegades as they'll start at the 37-yard line, it looks to be. Want to remind you that this first quarter is brought to you by Aid Nation. Maximum absorption for super hydration. Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Passion, and of course, of note, one of Franco Harris's companies hydrating Pittsburgh and the nation. Well, this is a turnover. There's an encroachment penalty on Boston. That's going to give Pittsburgh a first down, so the offense is right back onto the field. So Renegades jump, and very uncharacteristic start for Boston. Gives Pittsburgh another opportunity with the football, 1st and 10.
And we talked about how they were going to take all these little victories in the trenches as just fuel for them. And the defense is capitalized on them, and now the offense gets an opportunity to take their chance here.
Pittsburgh's going to burn a timeout. I think they were so excited they need to take a timeout, and we will as well. Pittsburgh Passion, the Boston Renegades. Early first quarter action all knotted up here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network. We'll be back.
Hey, come on in. Time for dinner.
Passion and Renegades, great crowd on hand here at West Allegheny today. talked about how nice the weather is. Passion faithful made it out in droves to see the passion of the Renegades go at it. Pitch to Smith on first down. Doesn't like what she sees, and it's a lot of white jerseys in the backfield. Going to lose 2.
Leading the charge there for the Renegades is number 72, Lettinen.
Smith getting caught, making an opportunity to try to reverse field. Sometimes better to just lower your head and pick up what you can. Second down, 12 from the 24. George, tall pass hauled in by Haig. She climbs the ladder for that one, picks up the lost yardage plus 3 more, where it will be 3rd down and 7 for Pittsburgh.
Galliunas bringing Haig down.
Talked to Amanda in the pregame, Duquesne University zone. On the coaching staff for the women's basketball team when she was in Pittsburgh. Mentioned now lives in Minnesota with her own chiropractic business. Talked to her about that travel. She said, I have it easy. It's nothing compared to the girls who drive 3, 4, 5 hours. Rolling out is George. Now going to step up and take off with it. George ping-ponging around there and was able to get inside up over the 30 to the 34-yard line where she's 2 yards shy of a first down. Be 4th down for Pittsburgh there, but like the decision by Sissy to take off and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, she's showing you how hard she is to bring down once she gets churning. You know, she knows how to square her shoulders and lower them to continue to make her way through that crowded middle of linebackers.
Pittsburgh trying to tilt the field position here with this punt by Meister. Nice punt by Janice. Dumont reversing field, but Pittsburgh special teams doing a nice job there down at the 42-yard line. Shantana Ramsey in on the tackle for Pittsburgh, and now the Renegade offense, first time they will start a drive, it will be their 3rd, and well, technically it will be their 2nd. This will be the first one they have to do from their own territory.
I think it was actually Gianna Meister who brought her down. You know, Dumont is the number 2 kickoff returner in the league. We saw number 1 last week with the DC Divas and Kacharia Johnson. So I think they're all very aware of Dumont's capabilities.
Cahill and the Renegades back to work. Kusanen gets her first carry of the day, and it is a gain of 3 where she is met quickly by Caitlin Niedermeyer. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 45-yard line. Not much of a huddle from this Renegade offense. Kusanen gets the carry one more time. Left side, picks up a first down, runs over through Amanda Haig and picks up a first down to the 44-yard line. Kusanen proving to be a tough load to bring down as she gets a fresh set of downs. Right back to the line of scrimmage is Boston, and Kusanen for a 3rd time. Pittsburgh has her in the backfield. Damon, along with Madison Miller.
Madison Miller got there first. Hannah Damon coming to say hello on the back end of that tackle.
Screen pass is popped into the air. It's caught by a lineman and then pushed up the field. It was actually ended up finding Ashley Beckham, who becomes, as now there's a flag down, it's going to be penalty against Boston for Beckham catching this, but I thought it got tipped. Yeah, that's what I thought. Eligible because the ball was ricocheted off a helmet, so then anybody can grab it.
I mean, great field awareness there by her because there were black jerseys in the neighborhood. I don't think they realized it was tipped because they were so keyed in on the receiver.
3rd down and 8 for Boston. Coming up on the 4-minute mark of this first quarter, no score. Renegades in passion. Cahill back to pass. Throws over the middle of the field, and it's too tall for intended receiver. Incomplete. Trying to get Shantae Bonds, who was the MVP of last year's championship game. Cahill was out in that game, and Bonds couldn't catch up with it. It's 4th down for Boston.
Shantae Bonds is Cahill's, number one target. They make a dynamic duo. She has found the end zone 8 times thus far this season, but Amanda Haig was right there to mess things up.
4th down. Can the Passion get another turnover on downs from this high-powered Boston offense? Cahill back to pass. Has time. Throws over the middle of the field, and it's too far for her intended receiver. Incomplete. This time, Carolyn Glenn was the intended receiver. Overshot, and the Pittsburgh defense is built strong tonight. Holding tough and delivering another turnover on downs. Pittsburgh football.
And on that play again, number 7, Amanda Haig, that ball was overthrown, but she put her big body in between that ball and the receiver, not allowing that receiver to try to make the necessary adjustment, and a very nice turnover on downs.
Best field position of the day for Pittsburgh as George goes from the gun. Pitches to the right side. It's Paladin. Sarah Paladin getting bottled up. She'll get a yard. Forward progress grants her to the 43-yard line.
1-yard gain by number 19, Lisa Vincent.
The 2nd down there for the Pittsburgh offense.
We need the energy of this offensive line to meet the energy of the defensive line.
It's been impressive. The Passion defense has been locked down here in this first quarter. 2nd down, 9 from the 43-yard line. Pistol formation. George hands it off. And Paladin one more time picks up 2 more to the 45-yard line. Ariel Smith will check in for her coming up on this 3rd down. Passion have not converted a 3rd down, 0 for 2 today. 3rd and 7. Slant route thrown behind her intended receiver, incomplete. Closest to the football was wearing white in 32. Galunas on the coverage there, and it will be 4th down for Pittsburgh. And I think this is now conversation time, and Pittsburgh going to go for it? Looks like they're going to do something with the offensive unit as special teams remains on the sideline. Fourth down and 7. Malarski in motion. She'll get it on the sweep. Has blockers out in front of her. Malarski stops shy of the sticks. Good open field tackle, and it's guess who? Spring Gamble moving over from the linebacker spot to make the tackle and turn over the football.
It is short.
About a yard shy of what they needed.
Tackle made by Spring Gamble.
Spring Gamble coming into today's game, had 17 solo tackles, 31 combined, showing you why she's one of the leading tacklers on the Boston team.
2:15 to play in our opening quarter. No score. Boston and Pittsburgh. Another opportunity for the Renegade offense. They'll go back to the running game. We'll go this time Ruth Mata into Passion territory at the 47-yard line. Zubovic and Damon on the tackle. Second down and 5 after the pickup of 5. Quickly right back to the line, and Mata gets a hole. Flag comes flying in the area of holding as Boston picks up a first down for now. Yep, sure enough. Holding call marches the Renegades right back into their territory. Back now at their own 46-yard line. Cahill, Mata another carry, and Mata another hole. Back into Passion territory at the 44-yard line where it will be a third down and manageable. So Boston staying with the running game now. Haven't had much success in the air. Now they go to the running game. Now it's a quick third down opportunity. They go right to the line with this play. Cahill will throw. It's high, received, and picked up, and then squirts away from her would-be tackler to the 30-yard line. Picks up more. She would have had the first down either way, but that's Shantae Bonds moving the stick for Boston. Trips bunched out to the far side. No huddle offense for Cahill as they'll go empty set, moving Mata out of the backfield. Screen play, and Pittsburgh had it snuffed out momentarily. Nice job by Cahill to just wait a moment before delivering that ball to Stephanie Pasquale. And Pasquale's inside the 25 to the 24-yard line where she'll be faced with the second down. But nice job by Cahill adjusting there.
Yeah, she's showing you why. She's one of the league's best quarterbacks.
Cahill throwing, and this one too tall and through the hands of Pasquale. Incomplete. Third down coming up in Pittsburgh. I'd have to imagine still has to get another, would have to get another turnover on downs. They've already done it twice tonight. 23 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Little fade route, and oh man, I had Rebecca Airgood known a few seconds earlier. That would have been her football.
Yeah, you're just like willing her in, to noticing sooner, but better that it didn't end up in white hands. And they're also noticing Hannah Damon off the field for a spell. Looks like they're patching up a open wound.
I think Cahill might have thought she had a free play there, and there was no flag for offsides. 4th down and 3. Handoff. Mata. First down for the Renegades as they get a fresh set, and they're inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Quickly back to the line. I don't know, are they going to be able to get this play off? They will not. So for the first time this season, Boston shut out by the Pittsburgh Passion defense. This city known for that steel curtain defense, and the Passion doing their best. We'll be back second quarter here on the Passion Football Network.
Drive for less at Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh. Drive home a new 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD for only $367 per month for 36 months. Come see why Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh won 2023 Dealer of the Year today.
Let's change. Let's change the odds for the toughest infertility cases. Let's change survival rates for triple-negative breast cancer. Let's change outcomes for moms struggling with opioid addiction. Let's change the gender bias in medical research. Let's change the way the world treats women at McGeeWomens.org.
High above West Allegheny's Joe P.T. McKinley Stadium in Pittsburgh's West Hills. Pittsburgh Passion Football with you today as Passion and Renegades knotted up 0-0 after one quarter, Jen. That's
uncharted territory for Boston.
It is.
See how they respond.
Well, they're knocking on the door 13 yards away to start this second quarter. Mata gets the carry on the first play of the second quarter, and she'll carry forward for a 9-yard pickup on first down. It'll be second down and 1 inside the 5-yard line for Boston.
Have Haig coming off the field with an equipment issue, it looks like.
Jennifer Bova into the game for Pittsburgh as Mata gets another carry, and Pittsburgh is there. Malarski and Zubovic on the end of that pile, bottom of that pile.
And you want to see Hannah Damon going back in this situation, the goal line defense.
Second down, or first down and goal. They get the first down. First and goal from the 3. Mata one more time, and Pittsburgh knows it's coming, and she's tossed backwards. It's Madison Miller on the tackle for Pittsburgh.
Injury timeout.
Looks to be black and gold on the ground.
Yeah. Boy, you got to love the effort that is being put forth here by the Passion defense.
Yes.
Take a look at the matchups as injured players tended to. Final regular season week of play in the WFA. Alabama Fire trying to finish undefeated against the Atlanta Rage. They are in WFA 2 division. DC Divas and the Detroit Venom. That's a big one. Divas can finish the regular season 500. Tampa Bay Inferno playing for respect against the Miami Fury. And, of course, our matchup, Boston and Pittsburgh and the Passion. We talked about the Massey ratings and what even a close loss would do for the Passion's positioning in the postseason. It's a huge, huge difference. And then, if you end up winning the game, what's Massey end up doing? I'd imagine Boston probably still ends up as 1, but it's easy. Pittsburgh's the 2.
Absolutely. Walking off under her own power is Caitlin Niedermeyer. She was the injured player on the field.
Second down, a goal from the 3-yard line. Mata, one more time. Touchdown. Mata's into the end zone. And Boston gets on the board first. Took quite a few cracks at it, but 22 finally punched it in.
Another Passion player down.
That's Polinick. Caitlin Polnick is actually the player down. And as they tend to another Passion player down, high above Imperial, Pennsylvania. We'll take a look at the WFA Pro standings. Boston, you see there, 5-0. The number 1 ranking. Pittsburgh still at 2. Even though DC with the biggest upset, according to the Massey ratings, last week with their win over the Passion. But Pittsburgh still gets that 2 spot because of the strength of their schedule. And boy, I mean, Jen, in terms of what the seasons have been like the last few years, this is as hard of a schedule as the Passion have had in some time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a tough division all around. You know, and you're seeing it week after week as you see these games.
Vanessa Bear to attempt the extra point. That Whirlybirds left and no good. 13:40 to play here in the second. Boston, they get on the board first, 6-0. The Passion offense back on the field when we come back on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network.
Are you tired of dishonest offers like buy 2 windows and get 2 for free, or buy a roof and get free gutters? At Easy Home Exteriors, we take your home and your time seriously. If you need windows, roofing, siding, or doors, call our office at 412-678-7008 to schedule a free no-hassle, no-haggle appointment. You don't even need to be home. If we work together, I might even throw in a free unicorn.
Boston Renegades get the early 6-0 lead here in the second quarter. That drive, 51 yards, 12 plays, took 3 minutes and 35 seconds off of the clock. Waning moments of the first quarter and into the second. So first time Boston was shut out in the first quarter, but it didn't take them long to score in the second. They have the early 6-0 lead, Jen.
Yeah, but they were getting it done on the ground. You know, you really haven't seen Cahill and Shantae Bonds connect for much yet in this game.
One of the up men fields the kickoff. Melissa Hall on the return and gets popped.
Brought down by Shawnee Dumont.
Going in on both sides of special teams today for Boston. Passion offense hasn't been able to put too much together. It's been the defense keeping Passion in it. 81-26 in total yards. Boston has the favor, but both defenses playing exceptionally well today. See if the Passion can pop one for a big play. Play action, screen pass to Malarski. And Malarski can't go anywhere. She'll actually lose 2 back to the 34-yard line.
Lisa Vincent, not fooled at all, comes in immediately to break up that play.
Second down, 12. Pitch. Paladin pulled down to the backfield. That is Roberts on the tackle for Boston.
She was just met quickly in the backfield. There was nothing Paladin could do.
You know, Pittsburgh offense, as far as the running attack, they were having more success with things going right off tackle as opposed to stringing them out towards the sideline. Boston with only 3 down linemen. Rolling out on third down as George steps up, misses one would-be tackler. The second one arrives. And for the second straight time, it's Roberts on the tackle for Boston, which will bring up 4th down and 8. Now under 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Jenna Meister in punt formation. Shawnee Dumont back deep.
4th down, Meister with the big one-handed save to get this punt away. And then it's going to take a great Pittsburgh passion bounce and roll to the 32-yard line. But incredible play. Looked a lot more like Meister receiving.
It was a good thing she's got those receiver hands, right? Otherwise, that is a whole nother story for the Pittsburgh Passion. She made something out of nothing, and then we got the very good passion bounce that we weren't getting last week, and we'll take it.
Second quarter is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. 1st down and 10. Cahill rolling to her right. Stopping, popping, and nobody's home. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Glenn, and she was begging for a flag, and she didn't get one, but there is one down in the backfield. And it's a holding call on Boston. I don't think that's what she was asking for.
Holding, Boston. 10-yard penalty.
Backs the Renegades up.
1st down. 1st and 20 from the 24.
Back to pass is Cahill. Throwing, Couladin makes the catch, and she rumbles forward to the 30-yard line. Man, when she gets out in some open field, look out.
Yeah, Jana Meister wishing she had that back. She had that pattern read, went diving for the feet and just missed.
Second down, 13. Allison Cahill moves it in outside. Now it's a wide receiver pass. Little trick play to Pascal, and they pick up the 1st down. As tossing that one is Ellison to Pascal for a Boston 1st down, and taking a page out of the Passion book there to pick up a fresh set of downs.
She just caught Devin Peace a little bit flat-footed there. Able to get some extra yards after the catch.
1st down for Boston. Couladin off the right side and turned that corner and had some speed, and Hannah Damon came around and made the stop. She's got quite the fan base down there in the stands.
She does, and you know, Jana Meister's in the mix again. She's able to sniff out their plays. She's got the speed to get through the defenders trying to block her. She's just not doing an effective job yet taking down the ball carrier.
Kind of a feast or famine type situation where you're trying to read a play. Sometimes you're going to over pursue in those situations. Second down at 6 from the 44. And that one just behind her intended receiver, incomplete, intended for Shantae Bonds. And I'll bring up 3rd down coming up here for Boston. Cahill going to let it fly down the far side, and it's completed to the far sideline, and it is Bonds on the reception. Meister pulls her down, but it's not before the Renegades pick up a fresh set of downs, and there's another Passion player down. I think it's Meister on that far sideline.
Yeah, she was a little slow rolling over, now looking to be gripping her lower leg.
Able to pop up here up to
Well, no one
2
likes
feet.
to talk to the trainers from the other side. So as soon as
No.
the red jersey came over, she's like, I'm going to stand, you know. I've been there, girl. We all know. No one wants to let the other team know what's going on, especially when she's doing double duty on both sides of the ball.
It's a 29-yard pass and catch. Biggest play of the game for either side today.
Meister was in the hip pocket doing great defensive work there. The wide receiver just gave her a little slight pause, stutter step, go. Created some separation.
First down and 10 for Boston. They lead 6-0. Looking to add. Kusadin hits the call, and she's inside the 5. Another first down for the Renegades. Be first down and goal.
First and goal.
She's met by Jennifer Bova, a couple of her defensive friends.
First down and goal from the 4. Cahill swings it out. Kusadin trying to rumble in, and she does. Touchdown, Boston.
Chelsea, Stephanie Pasquale made a great block on the Passion defender there. Close to a hold, don't know. Shoving her to the ground, but that's really what created the open pathway to the end zone.
Boy, also looked like Kusadin was only able to get the ball across the goal line. Gonna go for 2. A lot of motion on this play. Direct snap. Volkowski leveled and shy of the goal line. So Pittsburgh holds. Another big special teams play for Pittsburgh, but Boston has a 12-0 lead over Pittsburgh. We'll be back.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
Boston puts a second touchdown here in the second quarter. First game of the year that they didn't score in the first, but have now scored twice to get a 12-0 lead over Pittsburgh. That drive, 64 yards, 8 plays, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I'm going to see the Passion offense put something together here. And this kick is going to roll and be trouble as Malarski's going to pick it up at the 5. And she's able to pick her way all the way back to the 21-yard line. So good work there by Ellie Malarski, which didn't look good for the Passion as that one whizzed by the special teams unit, but Pittsburgh able to at least get manageable field position and not have their backs against the wall. They'll start at the 22 officially on this drive as Sissy George trots back out onto the field.
She was brought down by 32, Galliunas.
Smith behind George. And she gets the call, and Boston essentially met her for the handoff there. Whitney Zeeley, first one on the scene.
Danielle Fournier also in.
Going to lose a yard, second down at 11.
Just not seeing Ariel attack the gaps the way she has in previous games, running a little timid.
Pitch to Smith. She'll get the corner and pick up 3, which will make it 3rd down and 8 as we tick towards 7 minutes to go in our first half.
We've talked about Ariel's vision in games past, and she's had the luxury of, kind of waiting for lanes to open. And against a defense like this, you just got to take your first ray of sunlight and go.
3rd down and 8. George on a slant route, and it's in and out of the hands of Meister, incomplete. I think Jocelyn Force was equally as disappointed. She had a shot at the interception off the ricochet. 4th down, Passion go 3 and out. And Meister goes back to punt this one away, back to the Boston offense. Meister, another interesting snap that she had to handle and then move out of danger, and then again gets a nice roll.
That was Santana Ramsey. Finally brings the ball to a stop after, again, very favorable Passion bounce. Franco giving us a little help from above, the way those balls are bouncing.
Passion defense has kept them in this ball game. Maybe they can get a spark here on a turnover or something. I feel like that's what Passion need right now, is some momentum swing as Mata pushes her way. You can tell offensive line push for Boston starting to get a little bit more of a push here. Picks up 5 yards, 2nd down at 5 at the 48-yard line.
That was Devin Peace in on the stop for the Passion.
Cahill doing a lot of directing traffic. Mata again gets the carry and kind of squeezed through an opening and gets right to the 1st down, sticks at the 43-yard line. Should have a fresh set of downs there. She does.
1st down, Renegades.
She had the benefit of running behind a sea of pulling linemen off that left side.
1st down and 10 at the 48. Beg your pardon. Not much doing on that one. The handoff went to Pascal and nowhere to go. Kim Zubovic on the tackle for Pittsburgh. Screen pass set up to the far side and Bonds. Bonds weaves her way and pulls a tackler with her to the 1st down marker where she has another Boston 1st down.
I mean, you can see the difference in the precision in which the Boston offense and the Passion offense run those screen plays. It's a well-oiled machine for Boston, and the timing is just impeccable, and it's pretty to watch. As much as I hate admitting that, it's very pretty to watch.
Well, it's what Passion fans had the comfort of watching for so many years. Lisa Horton operating the offense. One off the right side. Mata picks up about 8 to the 25-yard line as we're coming down to 4 minutes to play here in the first half.
I think that might have been Devin Peace chasing her out of bounds.
2nd and 2. Cahill has time now. Here's some pressure. Throwing on the money to Bonds. A little move there. Spins off of one more tackler and gets down to the 15. First down, Boston.
You know, Cahill's veteran leadership showing up under pressure the same way that Horton's leadership used to show up under pressure is you know your receivers will give you space. Just give them time.
Pass goes incomplete, trying to hook up with
number 10, Adrian Smith.
And that's Smith is the WFA's all-time leader in receptions, which is kind of scary when your number one target isn't that person.
Correct. Correct.
But yeah, how many times have we seen Lisa Horton do what Allison Cahill just did with the spin move back against the grain and then has a receiver? It's almost like she knew she was going to be there. Mata picks her way down to the 12.
Well, they have that chemistry, and you build that trust over time, and so you know the discipline of yourself and the other player.
Third down and 7. Trips to the far side. High snap. Cahill handles it. Pitches it away to Mata. Mata, the 5, to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mata gets past Amanda Haig as the sort of last line of defense on that right side there. And then has an easy path into the end zone.
Boston hasn't converted a PAT yet today. Vanessa Barr can get another shot at it. Blocked. Zubo, I think, got to that one. And are they going to let Pearson return this? One to beat, and she's knocked out of bounds. Jasmine Jones was the returner on that one for Pittsburgh, and was one defender away from Pittsburgh getting on the board in one of the more unconventional ways.
That would have been the spark that this Passion team needed in this crowd, but nonetheless, an infusion of energy. You know, we talk about the Passion defense, the Passion special teams really clicking and moving on all cylinders, and the offense struggling a bit. For the Renegades, it's their special teams. You know, offense, defense for them, plugging along, but many mistakes on special teams.
That drive, 53 yards, 9 plays, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. That's the longest drive for Boston, time-wise, off the clock. And the 64-yard drive, which was the first touchdown drive for the Renegades. Now an 18-0 lead. Non-sportsmanlike conduct against Boston, I believe.
No good. At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against Boston.
So that will be enforced on the kickoff. So that puts the kickoff back at the 20-yard line.
On the kickoff, Boston will kick for the 20.
And it's hard to recall where that unsportsmanlike conduct would have come in, but you know, she was chucked out of bounds, and maybe there was some love given to her on the sideline over there. Happens from time to time.
Know it on a good account that they don't like anybody over there that isn't wearing red and white. Doesn't matter if it's a passion player or
camera crew.
Exactly, Jen.
Hey, that just shows our audience what we are willing to do.
Yeah, they're out
or what
there in the
they are willing to do.
We're
up
comfy.
here.
We got a door on this thing. Nice kick, though. Here's Pearson on the return for Pittsburgh. She slices through and gets into Boston territory. Big return for Pearson. Pittsburgh's best field position of the night. To the 39-yard line of the Renegades.
You know, the Renegades have shown a vulnerability to speed, you know, and right now at running back, you know, they're matching step to step. But anytime we have thrown speed back there, whether it is on return, whether it is on trick plays with our wide receivers taking direct snaps, they're not able to match it. Hopefully see more of that in the second half.
George throwing slant route. Haig with the reception. Stiff arm and a first down inside the 25-yard line. Her helmet pops off. But Semin has a Pittsburgh first down.
That's not a call we've heard much this game. First down, Pittsburgh
No.
Passion. This being a critical one deep in Boston territory.
Yeah, with this clock dwindling down to the second quarter. Great opportunity for Pittsburgh to get in here and cut down on the deficit. 16 yards of the pass and catch. George, this time Meister on the reception. She tries to shrug off her defender, but right in her pocket was Pasquale. That's Selena Pasquale, not to be confused with Stephanie Pasquale. But the pass and catch worked for 5 yards. So Pittsburgh moving the ball, and Boston had seen enough. They call the timeout. We'll step aside as well. Minute 42 to play here in the first half. Pittsburgh knocking on the door. 18-0. Boston has the lead. We'll be back on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network. Back above West Allegheny High School, Pittsburgh Passion Blimp providing aerial coverage today. That's how I got here, Jen, believe it or not.
Just airdropped you.
Yeah. Parachuted in right before the game. Second down at 6. And a hanky flies. An illegal substitution on Pittsburgh. That's not what you want to see coming out of a timeout by Boston.
These are the frustrating preventable mistakes that we just cannot make against a team like Boston.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a little bit extreme to say that this is a must-score drive, but it's darn near a must-score drive. The way Boston's been moving the ball on the offensive side of it, 18-0. Minute 42 to play here in the first half. George to throw and behind Haig. Incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 11 now.
3rd down.
George in her 2nd season with the Passion, now at Pistol. Going left, slant route, there's Haig. Stretching forward, and she's about a yard shy of the first down sticks. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard.
Haig doing everything she can to put this game on her back.
Yeah.
That's what vets do. Talked about this being George's 2nd season. You know, that's the difference.
I think Passion are going to burn their 2nd time out. They do here. Can't take them with you. 4th down. This is a huge 4th down in one play. Take a look at what's going around the WFA today. Alabama Fire taking on the Atlanta Rage, trying to go undefeated. But Massey saying that Alabama's strength of schedule, the reason why they are not ranked ahead of Pittsburgh. DC and Detroit, boy, would you love to see Detroit get an upset on the road in our nation's capital today.
And people may be wondering why Alabama doesn't have stronger teams on their schedule. You know, what they try to do is set up these regional games.
Yep.
You know, and so us going to Boston is a hike, but we are one of the Northeast teams closest to them, and so, you know, it's really a challenge in this league still for women's football to ensure a sort of evenly matched strength of schedule across the divisions.
I mean, you're talking about 68 teams in all of the leagues of the WFA. Passion ranked number 2 in all of them. And the number 1 team they're squaring off against. Passion go for it on 4th down. And they have a Pittsburgh Passion 1st down. Fresh set of downs for the black and gold.
Clock running.
Passion only have one more timeout. We're inside of a minute. And they can get a 1st down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 11. George, slant route, Haig. They went right back to it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And now you got to start to wonder if you're in the Boston secondary, you're just waiting on that pass to come across there.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. I mean, there's a sea of white jerseys there. You know, a quick out route for her can be equally effective, get her out of bounds.
Yep.
Then she's more in like one-on-one coverage territory, but it's hard to defend that quick. She's got a quick step off the line for a slant. It's hard to defend.
Motion is Meister. George will run with it. Shrug off one defender, a stiff arm, another. Sissy George carrying defenders with her down to the 6-yard line.
Boston's going to be slow to peel away from the pile because the clock is their best friend right now.
3rd down. Still have 20 seconds and 1 timeout in your pocket. George rolling to the left side. She will throw incomplete, where it will be 4th down. And with 6 seconds to go, could be the final play of the first half as we have a down Boston player on that far sideline. It was only for a moment. She popped right back up. Galunas was the injured Renegade player. So 4th down and 5. So Pittsburgh could, in theory, get a 1st down, but not much time left here. 6 seconds to go. Passion essentially treating this as an and goal situation. Meister in motion. George steps up, fakes the linebacker out, stretches into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Sissy George from 6 away.
Sissy George calling her own number, doing what she can, battling, getting that big, strong body moving and finding her way through pure will and grit to the end zone. Pittsburgh Passion doing what they couldn't do weeks ago in Boston, and that is score.
And Spring Gamble's going to have to go back and find her cleats because Sissy George put the okie doke on her. And the Passion are going to burn this timeout to set up what I'd imagine is a 2-point conversion attempt, because the Passion convert the equivalent of a buzzer beater in basketball here on the final play of the first half to slice the deficit to 2 scores. What the Passion were unable to do last week, Jen, in that last play, last-ditch effort, which after consulting some official experts was not the correct call. They should have had the ball at the 2-yard line going in and for that untimed down. But you know what? Officials, they make mistakes too.
They do, yeah, and we don't have the luxury of that red flag, that
No.
red challenge.
You almost have to imagine, maybe in the championship game, it always starts at the higher levels of competition in the playoffs or championship. With the game being on ESPN2 this year, that's something the league could easily consider.
Yes.
Haig is in at quarterback. Long snap count. Boston shows blitz. Rolling out is Haig. Pressured. Throws. In and out of the hands of Meister. Incomplete. Good coverage, though, as Boston knocks it down and the PAT fails. End of the first half here from West Allegheny's Joe P. DiMichele Stadium in Pittsburgh's West Hills. Boston has the 18-6 advantage, but the Passion right on their heels, playing right with the defending champions, the closest game the Renegades have all season long. When we come back, it's halftime. Our halftime show will have a Franco feature, potentially get a chance to talk to Franco's wife, Dana Harris. It's all to come and more. You're watching the halftime show in Pittsburgh Passion Football coming up next.
Time for dinner.
Drive for less at Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh. Drive home a new 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD for only $367 per month for 36 months. Come see why Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh won 2023 Dealer of the Year today.
Your future in sports is here. Enhanced performance training by elite coaches at the best state-of-the-art athletic facilities on the East Coast. With over 400,000 square feet of indoor training space, Swagger is the premier sports complex for all youth, high school, college, and professional athletics. This is Swagger Athletics. Get in or get out.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
We're given tonight as a special dedication to a dear friend, Mr. Franco Harris. I can't thank Franco enough for everything he's done for this team, the opportunity we've had because of him. He's made it fun. We have lifetime friendships. We have learned to live at a higher bar and been shown a brighter way because of Franco.
I was kind of like starstruck. I was like, oh my God, like that's Franco. I was like, he's so big. Oh man, a humble, giving, selfless human being. Someone that recognizes that the human experience is more than just, you know, a title, a championship or such. You know, he was just a genuine, great human being.
Last year when I was playing quarterback, I actually scored a touchdown, and in the background he's throwing his hands up with his wife Dana, and it was just a memorable moment for that. We can most definitely feel his spirit. That game meant everything to us and to the team, and it was just for him, and this season's for him, and we just want to make it a great one.
Growing up, my dad obviously loves the Steelers, huge fan of Franco's. So when I started playing here and actually got to see him in the locker room, it was one of those moments where you never think you're gonna have that, meet a person like Franco. And then after meeting him, he was an amazing person, humble, so caring. He actually makes you want to be a better person yourself.
Franco was really there from the beginning. Came out and watched it at Enbridge. I was playing quarterback. I remember vaguely of seeing him there and hearing about his whereabouts. But really, from there, he just really came out, supported our team throughout the years, undying support, and really, was there at our championship game down in, we were down in Nashville, and just has been support ever since. Yeah, no, he's just a special soul. He's a servant leader. He's just a humble guy that's always supported us, and he didn't really have to. Took a risk on women's football and really has given us this platform to really shine throughout the years. I mean, I've been with the team for over 20 years, and he's really been there throughout. So that's really, he's a special guy.
I would say my favorite memory with Franco was at our Christmas party this past December. You could tell how humble he was of a guy just to show up. Really, when he got up and spoke, basically just wishing us luck in our upcoming season, and us being able to thank him for all the support he's given us over the years. I think that would probably be my favorite memory for him.
Yeah, my story with Franco originally started out a little bit deeper than just a simple interaction. When I first came to Pittsburgh, I was getting my master's degree, and I actually ended up homeless. And I had only been playing for the Passion for a month because I joined late. So it was just amazing to see not only Coach T, but Franco just kind of take me under their wing. I never even had to ask for help. That's the amazing part about it. They just knew that I was a good person, that I was somebody in need, and they were just very giving. The night before the championship started, I went out, and he had taken all the coaches in the entire league out to dinner, and I stopped by just to make sure everything was all good, that he had what he needed for the next day, and then I turned around to leave, and he was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, I'm just going back to the house. And he's like, "No, come sit down," and was like, "Get whatever you need, make sure you get everything, make sure you get dessert," just making sure I was okay, and just did everything that you would expect Franco Harris to do.
I just remember the first time I saw him. I mean, he just really has such a presence of goodness and greatness. I mean, you can just tell that any little brief moment he spent with people, it really touched them in like a deep way in their hearts.
I came up here for a championship game, and I ended up breaking my leg actually on this field. T ended up bringing Franco to my hospital room with my owners and my mom and stuff, and that was pretty cool to be able to experience having such a incredible human being and athlete and well-known great person to be able to come to my room whenever I was injured. That was immaculate, really.
If I had to pick out one of my favorite Franco memories, I would probably pick the one where I turned around at my dad's funeral to kind of speak to the people that were there, and we were a long ways away. It was a very long drive, and I did not expect to see Franco in the back there, and just like that's what Franco did for everybody. Show up in your toughest moments. He was there to celebrate your highs. All the national championships, he would drive a long ways all the way down to Carolina, and he would show up in your greatest moments and your toughest moments, and just touched my heart because that was Franco.
I can't tell you how much I really enjoyed and appreciate this night. You know, of course, I'm just...
We appreciate you
being
here.
But, okay, guys, but we're not done.
To live in the hearts of those we leave behind is not to die.
Let's change. Let's change the odds for the toughest infertility cases. Let's change survival rates for triple-negative breast cancer. Let's change outcomes for moms struggling with opioid addiction. Let's change the gender bias in medical research. Let's change the way the world treats women at McGeeWomens.org.
And we'll welcome you back here to West Allegheny at Joe P. DeMcCandless Stadium. It's halftime with the Pittsburgh Passion trailing the Boston Renegades by the score of 18-6. The team with the 35-game win streak, Jen, coming into this one. Passion really played with them all the first quarter. First time this year that Boston didn't score in the first quarter, but scored 3 touchdowns in the second, and now Passion down by 2 scores going into the second half.
Yeah, but it's all about getting over those mental hurdles. You know, the defense got over that hurdle early. Special teams fed off of that energy, and it was the offense that was struggling to prove that to themselves, but they definitely got it done. I mean, 6 seconds left on the clock. Sissy George calling her own number, really putting it on her shoulders, rolling into the locker room with momentum, which is not the case last week against the DC Divas, and will come out likely on all, emotional highs, ready to battle in the second half.
First time stats, you see there the total yards, the discrepancy in favor of the Renegades, and along with the first downs, only 1 turnover accounted for was that opening drive interception. And the penalty yards, the Renegades uncharacteristically 4 penalties for 40 yards. Pittsburgh with just 2 penalties for 10. And now time for our first half highlights. And it's a lot of defense if you're the Pittsburgh Passion. They forcing those 4 and outs or 3, 4th down and turnover on downs. That's that interception I was alluding to on the opening drive for Pittsburgh. But the Passion defense, they have risen to the occasion. You see Janice Meister coming up there and making a big tackle. But in the second quarter, Boston would respond with 3 touchdowns. You saw Mata getting in there for 1. Kusadin punching in touchdown number 2. And then one more time for Mata. It was 18-0. Passion blocked the PAT, and then the buzzer beater, if you will. A move by Sissy George to get into the end zone, and I think that has all the momentum swinging on the side of the Pittsburgh Passion here, Jen. All right, well, I had a great opportunity to catch up with Franco Harris's wife, Dana Harris, and we're going to go down to that now. Pittsburgh Passion Football continues with a very special guest joining me, Dana Harris, Franco Harris's wife. So pleased to have you with us today, as it has to mean a lot to you to still be here with the Pittsburgh Passion, knowing how much it meant to Franco.
Well, I'll tell you what, these girls are special. They're exceptional. I don't know what to say. Franco was so proud of these women. And he, let's face it, Franco, he loved everybody, but he loves this team. And it was just a pleasure. I mean, these girls are delightful. They give their hearts and souls. They work together. It's a team. I don't know what more I can say. They are just terrific.
I'm curious to ask you, when Franco came home the first time and told you about women's football, what was your initial reaction?
Well, we went together to the first game, and I said, "You got to be kidding." And he said, "No, come on, let's go take a look." So we snuck around. I think they were in Ambridge at the time, and we snuck through, and we're looking. He said, "Go take a look." I said, you go take a look. Anyway, we both went, and he was surprised. He was really impressed with the caliber of football. And I've told that to lots of guys.
It's a lot different for people to be impressed and be fans and sit in the stands and watch things happen and appreciate it from a fan's perspective. But you guys were wanting to be able to contribute so much more, whether it be supporting the team or supporting national championships with the way that things have played out with the W Bowl. Why was it so important to contribute instead of just be fans?
It's always important to give people a chance, and I don't think enough people realize the importance of that. And Franco was about equal opportunity across the board for everybody. And he would kid me about, women's this, but he put his heart and his soul, and he just believed in it. And to put this team together, and Teresa has worked so hard, and if you watch these girls, it's great caliber football. And for people who don't come out here and give it a chance, and I know a lot of them are starving for football, you'll be surprised. You will. I say that to everybody.
When talking with you right before we went on the air, we just feel like that the level of competition, the parity around the league, and the quality of play has gone up in the over a decade that the Passion have been now, but going all the way back to 2003 when the Passion were founded. Has that been fun to watch, kind of everything grow, not even just on the field, but everything outside of it, including the media attention and things of that nature outside of it?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned media attention, because when I look for coverage of this team in the paper and on the news, and are you guys listening? Because I will be at your office. There's no coverage. How is that possible? They are missing the boat on this. So to those guys, and you know who you are, get your butt out here and come see some good football.
In addition to all the things that you have been able to do with the Passion, now we're also launching the hashtag Be Like Franco campaign. Can you describe how that came to be and what the future of that looks like?
Well, I'll tell you what, if we could all spend even 5 minutes a day being like Franco, it would be an incredible world. And I think, to me, that's what these girls personify. They are, you can't get that many women in one room and have them get along. So to me, that's step one of how lovely they are. And being like Franco, he was all about just being kind, being honest, being true. So I just love it. I love that they're doing it. I've got my bands on, and I just think they're terrific.
Well, everybody should absolutely spend 5 minutes to be like Franco. And thanks for spending 5 minutes with us.
Well, thanks, Ned.
Dana, really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Dana Harris joining us here on the pregame show. Pittsburgh Passion Football continues right after this.
A very wise man by the name of Franco Harris once said that the best thing about football is the lifelong relationships. The truth is, it goes so much beyond that. We're a family, one that can't be broken. A family that's there for each other through the highs and through the lows, through every touchdown. Football is so much more than just a game. It's for the fans, friends, and family we play for. For the ones on our mind when we strap up on Saturdays.
Hey guys, I saw some football tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. To see, so beautiful to experience.
We are the Passion, and we are one family.
And we welcome you back to West Allegheny as we get set for the second half. And our whole season tribute to Franco Harris continues, and it was so great to catch up with Dana, and such great words from her about kind of sitting in the co-pilot chair of what Franco has done so much for the Pittsburgh Passion and for women's football.
Well, and Dana has too, right?
Yeah.
We all know that the women are the neck, right? and if she would have said no, Franco would have not been as deeply involved. So we have utmost admiration for her. And if there's anyone who carries that Be Like Franco forward, it's certainly her. There are very few that can say in the same breath, Mr. Rogers, Franco Harris, and Dana Harris is amongst those greats.
Second half is underway. Boston gets the football. Dumont on the return, and Dumont has a head of steam to the 45-50 and turns the corner the far sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds there. Dumont on the return, and Boston gets an opportunity with the football in good field position, having a 2-touchdown advantage, 18-6, as we get ready for our second half of football. This third quarter is brought to you by PAM Health, committed to providing patients with the best care and outcomes, offering both inpatient and outpatient therapy. Find a location near you.
And a development for the defense is Caitlin Polinick, who was hurt in the first half, has come out in, plain clothes, so she will not be going back in.
Thanks for our UPMC Sports Medicine injury update. And Cahill completing the pass. Ellison at the 30-yard line, and that's a first down. 11-yard pitch and catch there. As Boston, you have to imagine retooling what they want to do, as they've been so impressive offensively all season long. And it has, 18's not bad, but for Boston, it's not what they're used to. Play action. Slant route completed one more time. Pascal hauls in the pass. The 25-yard line.
Hannah Damon in on that tackle. And Samantha Roberts.
Second down, 5 from the 25. They pitch it away. Kusadin gets the carry, and she'll turn the corner just shy of the sticks. It's going to be third down and less than a yard here for Boston.
It's third down and 1.
Third and 1 from the 21. Slant route, or bubble screen, I beg your pardon, to Pascal, and she was able to slant her way to the first down sticks.
She's met there by a tandem of Amanda Haig and Rebecca Airgood.
First down for Boston. Opening drive of this third quarter, they lead at 18-6. Looking to go back up 3 scores. At 18-0, Pittsburgh cut the deficit on the final play of the first half. Cahill with trips here to the near side. Mata gets the call with a flag down, and a good push gets her to the 10, but we will check the flag.
You talk about Cahill's longevity in the league. I mean, you're watching it showcased here. I mean, she's not been touched once.
No.
She doesn't run. So unlike Lisa Horton, whose body was on the line a lot, and there was injuries as resulting from that, Cahill has been in seemingly good health over the decade in which he has played.
Yeah, we mentioned her not playing in the championship last year. She was out, and Shantae Bonds operated the offense at quarterback and ended up winning the MVP over the Minnesota Vixen, the WFA National Championship. Adjusting all of the receivers here, then motioning, sets up the screen play, and there's Bonds on cue. Getting pulled down from behind at the 20-yard line. Madison Miller on the tackle for Pittsburgh.
She was over pursued by Devin Peace first, and then Miller came in.
Second down and 12 from the 20.
Second down and 12. Cahill rolling out. Will throw. Wide open receiver and immediately tackled. Great open field tackle there for Pittsburgh's Samantha Roberts one more time. Like Samantha has a contingent of fans in the stands tonight.
Yep, Samantha hails from Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Attended Pitt Johnstown.
Third down and 6, back at the 14-yard line for the Renegades. Rolling out to the right side. Pressure comes. Cahill too far for intended receiver. Incomplete. Pascal, the intended receiver. And it will be fourth down. And maybe the Passion defense can start this second half where they started the first half, which was earning themselves a turnover on downs.
Madison Miller was the one applying pressure on that play with Devin Peace out on coverage.
Passion fans getting rowdy here on fourth down. KO back to pass. Has time, throws into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. Stephanie Pascal, a 14-yard pass and catch. And the Renegades strike again.
Get another look at that here. She just eloquently places that ball right over Hannah Damon into the arms of her receiver, Pascal.
It was a really well-run route.
Number 82, Vanessa Baer.
And here's Baer to attempt the extra point. They haven't been going in for the Renegades, so for two today. That one goes through the poles. 10:37 to play here in the third. And Boston has a 25-6 advantage over Pittsburgh. You're watching WFA football, and it's right here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network.
Drive for less at Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh. Drive home a new 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD for only $367 per month for 36 months. Come see why Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh won 2023 Dealer of the Year today.
Pittsburgh Passion Football would like to thank its 2023 sponsors, UPMC Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Aid Nation, maximum absorption for super hydration, by PAM Health, committed to providing patients with the best outcomes and care, by Ken Ganley Toyota, 2023 Dealer of the Year, by McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Passion. Together we are changing the way the world treats women on and off the field. By Voodoo Brewing Company. Tap rooms strive to be a safe, inviting, and all-inclusive space for our customers. And by KPMG, a division of Global KPMG Network, and celebrations for every celebration of every size. Return for Pittsburgh. It's Malarski shrugging off a couple would-be tacklers, trying to bounce it to the corner. She does, and then is escorted out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. Official spot at the 23. Passion offense to work, and kind of a similar situation, Jen, from what they had last week, which is they need points and they need them quickly. And it was a place last week where they started to get successful, put some drives together, and maybe test this Renegades secondary. Really hasn't been tested tonight.
No, they haven't. They've been tested once. You know, they ended up with an interception. Only Sissy George is second on the the season, but it's, you know, we need to move the ball at a quick clip. We showed we were able to do that in spurts last week. Need to give it a shot here.
They hand it off on first down, and it goes to Devin Peace. Peace first carry of the night. Devin, one of the Passion captains for Pittsburgh in 2023. Marcelina Chavez, who in good gamesmanship actually suited up in this game, but not available, still injured. Ellie Malarski, Devin Peace, Hannah Damon, Erica Moore, Caitlin Niedermeyer, Jana Meister, and Kim Zubovic. Screen pass too far. Incomplete, intended for Bauman, Lindsey Bauman, the tight end. Couldn't catch up to that one, and it's 3rd down and 9.
You gotta think we're setting up a pass from either Peace or Haig right now. Both of those ladies in the backfield with very capable arms.
While the end around Malarski is stacked up, nowhere to go.
Double reverse goes to Ellie Malarski.
Deanna Walsh
Contact in the backfield.
in the backfield for the Renegades, and it is going to be 4th down and long. Special teams for Pittsburgh to come out on the field.
Meister to punt. Dumont to receive.
Meister back one more time. This is another nice boot from Janice. And Jana Meister, what a pretty nice job there, even keeping it away from a dangerous return woman. Let's take a look at the road to Canton. How do you get to the Hall of Fame? June 24th, it all starts. Postseason. The number 1 seed, that will inevitably be Boston no matter what happens in this game. Will play the 4 seed. That's what Pittsburgh's trying to avoid, dropping to 4. That's the key. And then the championship on July 22nd. Of course, the All-Star game on the Women's Sports Network, National Championship on ESPN2 as Mata gets a head of steam and picks up 9 on first down.
Looks like Hannah Damon was the defender to bring her down.
Second down and 1 at the 41. Back into the belly of Mata, and she'll pick up the first down to the 31-yard line. And
First down, Renegades.
it seems to me, Jen, that the Renegades simplified their offense, not trying to do anything flashy. They're just really going off left tackle, off right tackle.
They're very disciplined. They're executing with precision, you know, and you don't need a playbook that's vast when you're able to do that.
Had a quick substitution change for Boston there, the wide receiver position. Cahill going to go back to throw, throws it into the secondary and incomplete. Pearson was lurking there, trying to reel in another INT, but it will go incomplete. Here's Ellison, the intended receiver. Back into the belly of Mata. Nowhere to go. Hannah Damon is there.
If you just take a close look at the way these offensive line women are driving their blocks, number 55 for the Renegades, Jessica Hayden, putting on a clinic.
Third down, 9 from the 31. Cahill back to pass. Looks like she's going to take a shot down the field. Throws over the middle, intercepted, picked off.
That is Hannah Damon. Oh, no, it's not Hannah Damon. That is Samantha Roberts. I am sorry. I want to give credit where credit due, especially for an INT. Hannah, you'll get your turn next.
And you know what, Jen, you mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. This was the first time I think Cahill might have felt pressure from that backside. It was Caitlin Niedermeyer. You see they're falling into your screen right now. Niedermeyer was the one who she felt pressure, maybe for the first time tonight, and rushed that throw, forces the first turnover by Boston tonight. Now the Passion offense has something to work with as Sissy George just shrugging off. How about Sissy George? 13 yards and a Passion first down.
You know, that's, like Sissy George, that's Cahill's second interception of the whole season. You know, so she's not likely been experiencing much pressure, and you saw how she handled it. I'm sure our eyes in the sky for the Passion took note of that.
First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. George, another design run play that Boston blows up before it starts. Selena Pasquale on the tackle. Seemed as if George didn't have anywhere to go. It was like trying to run that play in a phone booth.
Yeah, our tight end seemingly had her hands full with number 53, who was rushing Deanna Walsh, which pushed more traffic into the backfield for Sissy.
So it's second down and 13 after that loss of 3 yards. George quickly gets the ball out of her hands, and it's Meister on the reception, who's a yard shy of the first down marker.
And that it was into so much traffic. It's giving me a little heart palpitations up here, but she threaded the needle that time. And, you know, Meister's showing you the soft hands that she has to be able to reel that ball in effortlessly.
Yeah, it's one of those throws where if Meister doesn't catch it,
yeah,
Boston
it's
will.
Disastrous,
Yeah.
You know.
Well, 3rd and 1. Passion from the shotgun. Design run play for Sissy off the left side, and she'll fall forward. Boy, is this going to be close.
The line judge closest to, I was going to say, the line judge on our side of the field looked like it was, you know, good, but you never know until they officially call it.
Right. And they do. First down, Pittsburgh. Moving the sticks. First down at 10 for the 45. Ariel Smith the call and had nowhere to go. Quickly on the scene. Mina Latine, she has been making a couple big-time tackles today. It's going to be second down at 12 at the 43-yard line. George looks left. Haig, the reception. Amanda Haig, a first down and more. Amanda Haig to the 35-yard line. Fresh set for Pittsburgh. Officially at the 36.
Amanda Haig getting the crowd into the game.
Just love to watch Amanda out in space. You know, get her the ball and get her out there. 21 yards of the pass and catch. First down at 10 from the 44. Screen pass. Throwing it out of the flat to Malarski, and Malarski makes the reception, but great open field tackle immediately. Brought down by McFadden. He's second down and 9 after a gain of 1. See the signs all through the Pittsburgh Passion games here at the stadium. Hashtag Be Like Franco. Been talking about it all season long. Great crowd on hand tonight. You see it there. Passion fans love their passion. Malarski out of the slot in motion left to right. George will throw it out to Malarski in the flat. She'll stiff arm one to get a first down and bounce to the 20-yard line. Another fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. It's Ellie Malarski this time.
This is the first time the Passion offense is being able to string together, first downs. Clearly catching the secondary of the Boston Renegades off guard.
15 yards on that one. So 21 and then 15 right back to back. Passion faithful right back into this thing. Coming up on a minute 20 to play in our third quarter. Full wide for George. Sissy throws, and it is incomplete, and that was again in traffic. Meister, the intended receiver, but the better chance at catching it was Galiunas.
The common theme you continue to hear across, whoever you speak to, whether it's the fans, whether it's the player, whether it's Dana Harris, is family. And that is something that this team has made sure that not only happens across the ladies who strap on the helmets and the shoulder pads, but also the fans who have supported us and the sponsors year over year. It's why their loyalty is so great.
Second and 10 from the 19-yard line. Meister, the one in motion, lining up near side slot, headed her way into the flat. Screen pass is set up. Nice move there by Meister.
Block by Amanda Haig.
And down to the 15-yard line.
Those two really in sync. Gianna Meister waiting for that block to be set up by Amanda Haig, allowing her to get the edge.
Third down and 5, coming up on 30 seconds to go in the third. Pittsburgh already has one buzzer beater touchdown today. Malarski, the one in motion. Rolling out, dumps it off to Malarski. Malarski, another stiff arm, spins off of one, and then help arrives for Boston.
George quick
That should take us to the end of the third. And it will. 25-6, Boston trying to win the 36th in a row. Fourth quarter when we come back.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Fourth quarter here from West Allegheny. Passion trail the Renegades 25-6 with Jen Cairns, Matt Fargo with you. Big announcement for the Pittsburgh Passion to begin this fourth quarter. They've announced that there will be a Pittsburgh Passion Ring of Honor. So a Hall of Fame will be coming to the Pittsburgh Passion. I have a feeling I'm standing next to one.
I don't know about all that. There are certainly plenty of players over the last 2 decades worthy of being part of that Select 32 in honor of Franco Harris. You know, I mean, it's been a long and lovely journey, one that we never thought would last this long when we were freezing our tails off under the Bloomfield Bridge. But it is a testament to all those who've wrapped their arms around us. But like Dana said, there are still more who need to come and stand arm in arm with the Pittsburgh Passion to help take this sport and this team to the next level.
She's great. You're going to know exactly how she feels about everything. That was great.
I love a woman who will speak her mind.
Yeah, no question. 4th down and 4 to start the fourth for Pittsburgh. They still have their work cut out for them here in the fourth. Free play. Jump ball, and can't hold it in as Meister, but there is a flag down, and it's going to be a first down for Pittsburgh. And offsides that will give Pittsburgh new life for the second time today. And that will be the Passion's 5th first down of this drive. More first downs in this drive than all game coming into.
Absolutely. I mean, they are finally clicking and gelling, and it would be nothing better than to seal it with a score.
Got to give StatMat Outlesh the tip of the cap on the nugget there. It takes a village. First down and goal from the 8. Handoff, Pace to the 5.
Fumble on the flag.
Oh, there was, according to this, there was a fumble.
It looked like he was. Whew. For a second, I thought he pointed the other direction, but Boston wasn't reacting, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say what I think I just saw. But my goodness, ladies, come on.
So the fumble actually marks it at the 4. Second down and goal from there. Smith gets the call, and she doesn't have much room to operate. No gain on the play. It will be 3rd and goal.
Runs into a wall.
Up the middle is a hard place to go with that Boston defense.
Third and goal from the 4. Sissy George rolls, throws. Meister! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Jana Meister!
Jana Meister, who almost got it done the last time and it just escaped her hands, able to hold on this time for the Pittsburgh Passion touchdown and away to turn that INT from Roberts into pay dirt for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Passion make it a 2-score game here early in the fourth. Love to punch in a 2-point conversion to make it an 11-point game. Sissy George from the pistol. Motion is Meister. Another throw, and this one is intercepted in the end zone. And the PAT will fail. We'll take a break. Pittsburgh back into the end zone, slicing the deficit. An exciting fourth quarter in store. Stick around. Fourth quarter action here from West Allegheny. Pittsburgh trailing 25-12 with Jen Cairns, Matt Fargo with you. And now the Passion defense needs another stop. Back to the Renegade offense, and Dumont on this return, bouncing it out to the 40-yard line, spinning away from one, and then getting pulled down shy of the 50. But Dumont showing how dangerous she can be. This fourth quarter is brought to you by McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation. They're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Passion. Together they are changing the way the world treats women on and off the field.
That was Melissa Hall on the tackle.
Rolling
Passion
out,
didn't have all the personnel out.
throwing it on the money to Pascal from Cahill, and it is a 9-yard completion. Second down and 1.
Boston noticing that Passion were a player down. Kim Zubovic doing her best to try to run across the field, get in position, but not before the play was snapped.
Second down and 1. Cahill, designed run for her. She doesn't get out there often, and she'll head for the border there. She's pushed out of bounds. Jasmine Jones doing those. How about this drive, Jen? 77 yards, 16 plays, 8 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock.
It is quite impressive.
First and 10 for the 35. And it's Mata.
Flag down.
To the 28 with that hanky down.
Looks like Damon and Zubovic on the stop.
Penalty is against Boston. Yard penalty.
And it's a nice one.
Yeah. 15 of them. Let's see the initial call there.
First down, 23 to go.
It had to have been shot block, something, or I guess a hold behind the line of scrimmage. Either way, first down and long from the 23-yard line, and throwing deep, and wow, almost making a circus catch down that far sideline was Mata, incomplete. Piece in coverage.
Second and long.
Bring up second down at 23 for the Boston offense. So this is exactly what the Passion defense needed. Put Boston behind the sticks, make it difficult for them, and get another ball in the end zone here. Things are getting awfully interesting really quickly.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for them to be ball hawks right now. That secondary needs to be playing aggressive and smart.
Cahill throwing, got a receiver, and she backs her way right to the sticks. Ellison hauls in another one, and it's a Boston first down.
Ellison able to get behind Peace. To be an open target for Cahill.
Completing this one out to Pascal, and she'll pick up a few before Hannah Damon ends her carry after the catch.
It's critical for the secondary to keep those receivers in front of them because Allison Cahill has showcased that she has got touch, and finesse on that ball, that she can drop it right in.
2nd and 5. Mata the call. She plugs her way to the 18. It'll be 3rd down coming up here for Boston. They're going to go no huddle. Cahill, empty set, will throw, and completing the pass out there. There was a flag down because I believe she was out of bounds and then came back in, so she'll be in an eligible receiver, and then Mata is down. That hat coming off here. Here's a great look at it. Oh, yeah, that back heel. So Boston was trying to essentially hide Mata.
Yep.
Look at that. Great job by crew in the truck, and great shot. Speaking of guys in the truck, there they are. JRM crew doing a great job. All year long for these Pittsburgh Passion broadcasts. Appreciate all their hard work.
So do the players on the field and the fans off the field.
I think that's a kind of a good point, Jen, because if the other levels of pro football and pro sports, they're getting theirs and they're gonna go home and it is what it is. But these ladies really appreciate any publicity going back to what
absolutely, and
Dana Harris said earlier.
There's still lots of parity across the league. Passion have been blessed to an extent, and some teams are more blessed, but there is still the majority that aren't nearly as blessed to have a TV crew cover their games.
There's a flag. This is a free play. It's going to be a penalty on Pittsburgh for encroachment. Won't give them a first down, but it will make it a 4th and 2 instead of a 4th and 7. Going back to what we were just talking about, Pittsburgh Passion, first women's pro football team to be featured on a major TV network. That was back when you were part of that team on FSN Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Passion were also the first women's football team to be featured in Sports Illustrated and on ESPN.
So we were playing in Ambridge. Remember us all sitting on the goalpost for that picture and hoping nobody fell off.
4th down and 2, and flags, and it's a returning of the favor from Boston.
But a lot of those doors opening because early on in our tenure, Franco Harris leveraging his name behind us,
Yeah.
And all about opening up doors and opportunities to get eyes on this game, particularly the Pittsburgh Passion, because that was the crew he knew and knew that we were quality on and off the field, and then slowly expanding his backing to the broader league.
There's no question. That was the 9th penalty on Boston. 75 yards, 9 penalties. 4th and 7 once again. I think Pittsburgh jumped again. Another free play. There are more flags and another incomplete pass. So we'll check these two. Encroachment penalty on Pittsburgh. And we're back to 4th and 2. And no, it's not deja vu.
No, and speaking to some of that character, you're seeing it exhibited on the field there by Hannah Damon and LaWanda Pearson checking on the down Boston player. Hannah is constantly offering a hand to the down ball carrier, picking them back up.
Handed off. Kusanen picks up a Boston first down. Converts. They had 3-4 cracks at it, and finally there are no flags, and it is a Boston first down. Pittsburgh, any shot at winning this one, they got to get a stop here. 9:40 to play in the ball game. Handoff off the right side. It's Wachowski. She gets into down to the 8.
Suplex to the ground by Jones.
Jasmine Jones on the tackle.
Gain of 6, second down.
Second down, 4 after the pickup of 6. Little misdirection, and Mata gets the call, and she is met in the hole by Hannah Damon. Talked about it last week. R36 plays on defense and not suggested to run into a bus. First down and goal from the 4.
Looked like Erica Moore came into the game.
Kusanen's going to get the sweep, and she's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston.
Touchdown, Boston.
7th time this season, the leader in rushing touchdowns. JT Kusanen is into the end zone for the Renegade touchdown.
Vanessa Bear on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ashley Beckham. Long snapper is Amanda Alberts.
Snap, hold, kick from Bear is good. 8:31 to play in regulation. Boston expands their lead, 32-12. We'll be back. You're watching the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
Drive for less at Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh. Drive home a new 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD for only $367 per month for 36 months. Come see why Ken Ganley Toyota Pittsburgh won 2023 Dealer of the Year today.
Pittsburgh Passion faithful still rooting on their passion. The regular season finale tonight, 32-12. They trail the Boston Renegades. But I think now, Jen, 8:31 to play. It's about executing drives and staying within striking distance of these Renegades. We talked about how important the Massey ratings are, and trying to stay at 2 would be great. Here's the return by Pearson. She's upended at the 23-yard line. Passion offense looked really good. It was just a very sustained drive, not necessarily what you want to do when you're trailing by multiple scores, but it was still nice to see the Passion go down and execute against a vaunted Boston defense.
Yeah, and it's also about building their confidence so that they can, the game, winning this game is out of reach. But to your point, securing something far more vital, like that maintenance of the second seed for the playoff bid in the run for Canton, they need to build off that last experience and say, we can move the ball in this defense. We showed it to them. We showed it to us.
That last drive, 53 yards, 12 plays, 435. Time of possession for the Renegades. First down at 10 from the 23-yard line. Throwing in traffic. Incomplete, nearly picked. Deanna Walsh almost had her shot at it. Incomplete. Malarski, the intended receiver. We're talking about the Passion announcing the creation of the Ring of Honor. There's no question that a guy by the name of Franco Harris will be in that inaugural class. What a year to do it, right? I mean, it only seems right.
Yep.
As Malarski can't come up with that one, a bit too tall for her, incomplete. But so many players come to mind, Jen, of who will be potentially in. And then, I mean, obviously, this is something I would assume that is going to be done annually after this year and having another installment of honorees. There are a lot of women, and there are a lot of contributors, even beyond the players on the field, the people that make things go on behind the scenes. I think there's a lot of people that just come to mind in that aspect that I think that will be a part of it, of the Ring of Honor. It certainly won't be a player-only thing.
Right, and it shouldn't be. I mean, that's part of why the Passion is a family. I mean, there is a core group of ride or die mixture of players who've become off-the-field supporters and those who have always been behind-the-scene sort of foundational members of this team, making our fans feel fully integrated to this process, making sure all of the needs of our players are taken care of. So I guarantee it'll be a mix of players, game day crew.
Teresa, in that email that goes out at the beginning of the year, she calls them game day heroes because it doesn't happen without them. Third down and 10 from the 23. And goes some bag of tricks. But can't get it to her. Amanda Haig trying to hook up with Meister. And it will be a turnover on downs. No, it'll be fourth down, I beg your pardon. That was third down. Pittsburgh going to go out and punt. I actually think that it's more important for the Passion to keep this deficit close rather than go for it, give Boston good field position, all of that. With Jen Cairns, Matt Fargo with you. Happy to bring you Pittsburgh Passion football all season long. The regular season comes to an end tonight. Meister has gotten the rules tonight. Boston back to work offensively with 8:06 to go, and we're talking about those Massey standings. Take a look at them as they stand now. Boston trying to finish off a perfect regular season once again. their last loss, you go all the way back to 2018 when they lost to D.C. and they lost to the Pittsburgh Passion. Passion are ranked 2. That's where they'd like to stay. You don't want to drop to 4, and you really don't even want to drop to 3 because you're on the road at Alabama more than likely if you drop to 3. So I want to keep this close, which the way that Boston had their way with the Passion the first time around, this is certainly a better outcome. But meanwhile, Kusanen goes right back to doing what she does. There is a flag down.
We talked prior to this play, Jana Meister getting the bounces to go her way, but kudos to her out there getting it done at wide receiver, defensive back, and punter. I mean, the girl is rarely off the field for a breather.
Mentioned those last losses for Boston. They actually lost in Pittsburgh in 2017 at Highmark Stadium in the national championship game when we hosted. And they lost to the Dallas Elite that year. Boston won championships 18-19, 21-22. And around here is Smith. Haven't heard much from her today. And she shows how explosive she can be as she'll pick up a Boston first down.
It's good for a Boston first down.
Passion national championships in 07, 14, and 15. They've only missed the postseason 3 times in franchise history. Now it spawns the call to the 35.
Cahill shovel pass to Shante Bonds.
And some of those missed opportunities in the playoffs were, like year 1.
Correct. Well, that is one of them.
So,
yes.
that's pretty darn impressive.
Kusanen trying to fight forward towards those first down sticks. She's a yard shy.
Tackle by number 47, Kendria Hampton.
It'll be 3rd down now for the Renegades. Kusanen picks up the first down and inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, and Boston gets another fresh set of downs. I have to imagine this is one of the few Pittsburgh sporting events that you don't end up having Renegade wanting to be played.
And sometimes those little mishaps can happen. I remember very vividly we were playing the New York Sharks. And we were in a goal line stance, and they played the Jaws music, thinking it was going to inspire us, and all of us are on the field but those types of things cross our minds as players, not necessarily always up top in the booth, but I think we've learned over the years to know which songs are off limits when we're playing which teams. And Renegade, although a Pittsburgh favorite any other time of the year, is not going to be played tonight.
And a kind of bizarre connection. Man who thought of this idea of Renegade playing at Pittsburgh Steelers games is Mike Marchinski, who is from the Imperial area. His kids go to West Allegheny.
There you go.
He's the youth football coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It all ties together somehow. 1st and 10 from the 27 for Boston. Little pump fake. Cahill took a hit and almost gave up a pick. That would have been the second one of the day for Miss Roberts. Maddie Miller giving Cahill something to think about. And we've talked about it. She hasn't had much, even going through this season. She hasn't not ended up on the ground often. Lucky for that, it's just an incomplete pass. We'll go back to the bag of tricks here as Boston. Stringing this play out and in some trouble. Way back at the 41-yard line. Madison Miller planting Ellison backwards, and
Madison Miller refusing to give up pursuit. Finally able to wrap up number 9, Ellison.
I think that's one of those on the Boston sideline. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. She didn't get rid of it. It's a 14-yard loss. Back to the 41-yard line. 5 minutes to play. 32-12. Passion showing blitz here. Trying to push it back further. Cahill, here comes pressure. Gets it out to Mata. Great open field tackle. Samantha Roberts one more time. 4th down coming up here for Boston. You can see, too, like, Boston's not just trying to turn this clock. They're going to trick plays. They still want to score.
Right.
You can see that they are frustrated, even though they're in control of this game. You can tell that they're frustrated.
I mean, this is the closest margin that they've had all season long.
Yeah. Back to pass. Cahill throwing. Got a receiver. It's Smith on the reception, but she is shy of the sticks. It's another turnover on downs, and Passion defense has had a plethora of those, 4 of them. As it will be a 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh, and with 4 minutes to go, boy, it would be great to see this offense go right down the field and punch one more in.
Absolutely.
Get ready for the postseason. Motion is Smith. Set up a screen pass for Haig. She has blockers in front of her. 1st down for Pittsburgh. To the 37. Man, you have to wonder. I know Dana Harris spoke to the team before the game. Had to have been quite the inspirational speech. Would have loved to have been a fly on that wall.
Yeah, and even just having her presence on the sideline. I mean, to have her is to have Franco, and these girls want nothing more than, you know, to put forth their best for her and for him.
Malarski gets the reception up to the 43-yard line. Also, Franco's son, Doc Harris, is in attendance tonight.
2nd down.
See him walking around the sidelines as well.
You wonder what this matchup looks like with our player, all of our players healthy. The way we started the season against DC.
That's a good point. Sissy George just overshot. Incomplete. You know, obviously George was going to be an integral part of the offense, but not expecting to play quarterback. Supposedly Marcelina Chavez, quarterback position. Maria Fatale is the other one we've talked about. The loss. I mean, think about your favorite pro sports team and take their, role play, their most important cog out, and then go take their next most important cog out.
Right. And you shown that was the difference in the game against DC. We were a different makeup than when we faced them the first time. They were able to prepare differently for us. We have subbed in different personnel to sort of bring a little bit of that skill set and diversity back by playing folks on both sides of the ball for this matchup against Boston. Whether that's sustainable throughout the playoffs is yet to be seen, but it just makes you wonder what it would have been like if you had that full lineup of talent available to you.
Pass in and out of the hands of Meister, incomplete, will be second down. The other thing, too, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, is the on-again, off-again way the season had played out with the holiday breaks and the bye week. With only 6 games, you're not really able to get into much of a groove the way things played out. You're playing a game, then you're waiting off a week, and then you're going back out there. This is the first time that you get back-to-back home games this year. George, tall and incomplete. Meister tried to climb the ladder, could not. It will be third down with 2 minutes to play in regulation.
Obviously, I'd like to see them score, but even as important is to just keep the ball out of Boston's hands. So the longer you can extend this drive, the better.
Yeah, keeping this at 20, I think, is important. Third down, pressure coming, and she's sacked. Danielle Forner gets the sack on George, who didn't see it coming.
Danielle Fournier had 3 sacks on the season coming in. That 4th one for the season puts her amongst her team leading.
Timeout, Boston.
Boston calls a timeout on 4th down and long here for Pittsburgh. We'll take a look at the road to Canton. It all starts June 24th, postseason. So, got some time. Weekend break, and then we'll get into the postseason. Keep it locked to PittsburghPassion.com to find out who the Passion will be matched up with, and take a look at our Pittsburgh Passion sponsors in 2023. We want to thank them all year long. UPMC Sports Medicine, Aid Nation, Pam Health by Ken Ganley Toyota, McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation, Voodoo Brewing Company, KPMG Celebrations, Bar Banquet and Grill. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Here's Haig, gonna throw. Got Meister, a sliding grab on 4th and forever. They convert.
That is a huge conversion for the Pittsburgh Passion, led by veteran number 7, Amanda Haig.
What a pretty ball. She's looked like she slung it once or twice. Nice job of Meister kind of setting her up for that one, sliding in to make that catch. First and 10, Pittsburgh from the Boston 30. Slant route, undershot, incomplete.
Georgia's pass is incomplete. Second down.
Malarski was the intended receiver. It was a 26-yard pass and catch that Haig to Meister hookup that now has the Passion trying to get in one more time here in the regular season. Malarski in motion, and now Smith goes in motion as well. We'll go back to some more trick plays as Malarski
There it
is out of bounds. 53 seconds remain in the ball game.
At the 24. Third down.
Third down, and it's manageable on that wide receiver reverse. Third down, 3. George throwing. Meister just off her hands, incomplete. That was a bullet thrown by Sissy George.
It was a very well thrown ball, a nicely run route. Just one she wished she could have another shot at.
Fourth down again. Could the Passion have another fourth down conversion in him? George to Haig. Yes, they do. Amanda Haig converts and stops the clock with 42 ticks to go.
Pivotal in both conversions, Amanda Haig. And clock was stopped there for a second on 32. Very fitting.
From the 16, back to pass. George, tall, intercepted.
Certainly don't want to see this end the same way DC did.
No, that's a good point. And that's going to tack 15 more onto it. Smolarski is going to get called for the unnecessary roughness on the interception by Erica Adams on the interception.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds against the Passion. 15 yards added to the end of the run. Boston will take over.
And you gotta know Boston's gonna
try something.
Doubt they're gonna gracefully take the knee and walk out of here.
I don't think so.
No victory formation. There's gonna be Allison Cahill's arm on display.
And we'll hand it off. Mata gets the call.
Game over.
And that will do it. Boston will finish off another regular season perfect. Pittsburgh falls 32-12 tonight. Post-game show coming up next. Passion fall to the Renegades, and we'll wrap it up when we come back right here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspections and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Let's change. Let's change the odds for the toughest infertility cases. Let's change survival rates for triple-negative breast cancer. Let's change outcomes for moms struggling with opioid addiction. Let's change the gender bias in medical research. Let's change the way the world treats women at McGeeWomens.org.
Time for dinner.
Back here on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network, Passion fall 32-12 to the Boston Renegades, the defending champions. And take a look at the game highlights. Renegades started with that INT, but the Passion defense, they were good all night, Jen. They really were forcing Boston to have to figure things out. They did start to get things figured out in the second quarter. A touchdown by Mata, and now Kusadin punching in her 7th touchdown of the season for the Renegades. Pitch it out to Mata for her 2nd rushing touchdown. It was 18-0. Passion would block the ensuing PAT, and then the final play of the second quarter is Sissy George getting into the end zone. Pittsburgh was like, wait a second, it's a 2-score game here. But Renegades' first drive of the second half. This is a beautifully thrown ball. Pascal from Cahill. And Cahill throwing into traffic, and Samantha Roberts coming away with an INT. Big time play there. Then it was Sissy George hooking up with Janice Meister for the Passion touchdown, but Renegades would respond. Kusadin, another touchdown run, her 2nd of the game, 8th of the season. And this throw on a tip drill, an INT for the Boston Renegades that would solidify the 32-12 game. But Jen, I think with all of the injuries and what we had saw from last week and the way things played out specifically defensively, and now that the way that it played out, I think that this was a pretty good thing for the Passion as far as where it could have gone, and I think great adjustments made by the Pittsburgh Passion in this week leading up to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Changing personnel, switching it up, always having a little bit of trickeration in their back pocket. And the defense was really stepping up to play its game. It's just in the first half they weren't really getting any sort of spell or rest.
No.
Eventually that's going to wear anyone down, especially when you have personnel playing both sides of the ball. You saw a little different story in the second half as the offense started to gain momentum and sustain those drives. And it's just a matter of putting those pieces together, which hopefully they will do as they enter the first round of the playoffs.
You mentioned the key word is momentum, and I think the Passion, it's not oftentimes that you get momentum in a loss, but I think that they did get that because it shows how much better the Passion have gotten since the last time they played Boston at their place. And hopefully the Massey ratings play out the way that they need to, and you avoid playing Boston in the first round of the playoffs. Maybe even you get a chance to end up hosting the Alabama Fire here in a couple weeks as opposed to going down to their place and having to play them. We'll have to wait and see how the final week of play, I'm sure a lot of it kind of rides on how the Fire did tonight as well. But I think the Passion might have done enough to stay in that 2 spot.
I do too. I mean, looking at how the Massey ratings responded to the Divas win over us last week, our ability to hold Boston to 32 points and score 12 on them, on top of that, I think will bode well for the Pittsburgh Passion moving forward.
The number 1 offense coming into tonight, and
the number 2 defense.
And the number 2 defense on top of that. Yeah. And Boston ended up with 342 yards of total offense. The Passion, 197. Keeping in mind, they came into the second half with only 69 of total yards of offense, so they did a much better job in the second half. Passion had 2 turnovers in comparison to Boston's 1. 12 penalties for Pittsburgh, 10 for Boston, 12 first downs to 23 first downs for the Renegades. That is the differential there, but nevertheless, we're going to get to see what happens when this post-game wraps up and we find out where all the positions are and who we're going to be playing in the playoffs. But the good news is we're going.
We're there. Yep, it's still one more step towards the ship.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Pittsburgh Passion season all year long. Hopefully we get to talk to you again soon, maybe in the postseason. But until then, for Jen Cairns and our entire JRM production crew, thanks to Jake and Ryan as well for their hard work all year long. Thanks to you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. I'm Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation of Pittsburgh Passion Football. Good night, everybody, on the Pittsburgh Passion Football Network.